Looking for the best high school sports coverage in Ohio? You found it right here on the OH Report. From the field to the court, we've got it all. OH Report brings you local coverage like nobody else in the area, live and free. Follow OH Report now and never miss a moment of the action. Don't just watch, be a part of the game with OH Report, the future of local sports.
In business and ag banking, it's not just about the numbers, it's about the people. At First Federal Community Bank, we believe relationships are the foundation of every successful partnership. We can help you grow your farm through various ag programs, including working with our local FSA offices, as well as Farmer Mac. We have many commercial business programs to help make your day-to-day operations easy and convenient. Because when you bank with us, you're not just a customer, you're family.
Welcome to Marion County Now, the heartbeat of our neighborhood, the fountain of our news. We're local, we're pertinent, and we're all about you. We're dedicated to keeping you in the loop, involved, and linked with the community. And the cherry on top, our service doesn't cost a dime. Marion County Now, our neighborhood, our news.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Country Legends
Great.
WBCO. Let's
5,
head out to tonight's
4,
game with Jared
3,
Moore and Tim
2,
Birie.
you're live.
And we're here at Ridgedale High School on WBCO. We have the Elgin Comets and the Ridgedale Rockets. That's coming up here on WBCO and the OH Report.
In business and ag banking, it's not just about the numbers, it's about the people. At First Federal Community Bank, we believe relationships are the foundation of every successful partnership. We can help you grow your farm through various ag programs, including working with our local FSA offices, as well as Farmer Mac. We have many commercial business programs to help make your day-to-day operations easy and convenient. Because when you bank with us, you're not just a customer, you're family.
Welcome to Marion County Now, the heartbeat of our neighborhood, the fountain of our news. We're local, we're pertinent, and we're all about you. We're dedicated to keeping you in the loop, involved, and linked with the community. And the cherry on top, our service doesn't cost a dime. Marion County Now, our neighborhood, our news.
This is Roger Brown, owner of Winks Lock
And
Safe.
back here on WBCO and the OH Report, Jared Moore alongside Tim Birie here from Ridgedale High School as we have a county matchup and also now a conference matchup in the NWCC, Tim. So looking forward to this one. We saw this game last year, but the thing is, Ridgedale hasn't won this game in 17 years.
And tonight they come in with a lot of injuries. But Elgin is, they're coming off a loss, but they played River Valley, so they played a team, much bigger school and all that kind of thing. They renewed that rivalry to play them, and so I'm so sure Coach Winslow is looking for some improvement, but is also happy to be playing a school more their size.
Yeah, as far as for Elgin, you mentioned they're led by head coach Zach Winslow. running game has been the strength of this team. They run the wing T offense, Tim. But last week they lost to River Valley to start the season 42-15. And obviously River Valley, a much bigger school, a lot more depth and athletes. And Elgin just couldn't hold up against, frankly, a team that outmatched them.
Well, but the good thing was that they were able to run the football some. Mm-hmm. And that's what they want to do. Like you said, they're in the wing T, so often they'll just have a single running back, and that's probably going to be their fullback, Jack Van Gundy, a 5'8", 200-pounder. And they'll play with two wings, often two tight ends. Occasionally they'll split somebody out. But a lot of pulling by the guards and getting a lot of people out front and doing some things. So they'll run a little jet sweep, or, kind of like a jet sweep almost with the wings. A lot of traps and belly plays with the fullback. And on occasion, they may put it up in the air. Mm-hmm. And the quarterback, who's only a freshman, Josh Harmon, will be rolling out to throw it. He seldom will be standing behind the line.
Yeah, and Jack Van Gundy, who you mentioned there, Tim, scored a touchdown last week on a 19-play drive. So that's what they can do. They can sustain those drives. Like you mentioned, they're going to run the football, and he ran for over 500 yards last year. So that tells you they're going to use a lot of guys to run the football, not just Jack Van Gundy.
Absolutely. The wing T is just an offense where that's what you want. You want to keep the ball away from the other team's offense. Way back in the day. So in 1989, I was coaching at Fredericktown, and we ran the wing T. And I remember we were playing the number 2 ranked team in the state in the playoffs, Steubenville Catholic, and we were ahead 22-0 at halftime. And we had 3 drives, and they were 19, 21, and 22 play drives. So, and Steubenville Catholic had the ball for 6 plays.
Yeah. Now our keys to the game here for the Elgin Comets. Do what you do best. Run the football, right?
No doubt about it.
No big plays. They gave up a couple of big plays last week against River Valley. One on the opening play. It was a trick play, a hook and ladder, but they weren't expecting it. And it went for 79 yards for a touchdown. So no big plays. You're going to stay in the game. Do what you do best.
I think, that's well said. And I think that's exactly what we're going to do. We talked about we had the game last year. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't think Elgin threw a pass in the game.
Yeah, I don't think they did. I'd like to see where that stat sheet went, Tim. Somewhere in the abyss of your house, probably,
it's
right?
in a pile somewhere on my desk. But yeah, so they're not going to. Even against River Valley last week, threw the ball very few times, and they got behind early. But they want to do what they do, and that's run the football.
All right, now conversely for the Ridgedale Rockets, led by head coach Ash Tilley. They won last week over Hilltop, 28-14, and they are led defensively by all 2 honorable mentions, state defensive players, Michael Dees and Evan Ricketts. And like I mentioned, they got that win over Hilltop a week ago. But you mentioned earlier, Tim, they've been decimated by injuries so far.
Yeah, they've had a lot of injuries, so they got, a new quarterback, someone playing quarterback that they moved in and moved from a different position. So they will start Colt Rollins at quarterback. He's a sophomore. And, a couple linemen got hurt. I see another guy walking in with a cat. They look like the walking wounded coming in here with the rest of the team behind them. A lot of guys with casts and slings and everything else. So they're a little banged up. And, I hope, Coach Tilley, though, at least now he's had some time, at least a week to get those get guys ready, and instead of trying to do it on the fly like he was last week. Obviously did it very well last week because they were able to beat Hilltop.
All right, our highlighted defensive player, Evan Ricketts, here for Ridgedale. And the thing is, he was All-State a year ago, but he's going to have to be key defensively here for the Rockets and holding the edge, really, Tim, and not allowing Elgin to get outside. Depending on the offensive line movement.
Well, absolutely, he's going to, because they're going to run that. They'll run the buck sweep, they call it, where they'll give it to one of those wing backs running a sweep after faking it to the fullback. You have got to play incredibly disciplined football on the defensive side when you're running against the wing T. 99% of the time, the guards will take you to where the ball is going. So you got to follow the guards. And you can't start looking into the backfield because they're going to have guys going one way and the ball's going the other way, and a lot of misdirection. And so you just have to stick to playing your rules and not look into the backfield and try to figure out what's going on by doing that. And if the Ridgedale defense does that, we're going to have a game that's going to be very competitive.
Yeah, a couple of my keys were clog up that offensive line. Don't let them find those holes from the running back position. And don't think about years past, Tim. It's been 17 years since Ridgedale has won this game. They're county rivals. Elgin completely has dominated this series. I think it's a 32-11 lead for Elgin in the series. So, and this basically goes back to the MOAC days, Tim, and it really hasn't been kind to the Rockets.
Right, and you're right. You got to forget about that. You can't make this all about trying to end a streak and all that stuff. You got to make it about getting better from last week, and like you said, even with Elgin, and doing what you do for Ridgedale. Last week they were fairly balanced in that game, and so that's what they got to try to do tonight as well, is try to come up with a balanced effort, and they got to hit a couple big plays.
Yep.
They're going to have to hit a couple big plays, and you can't turn the ball over because you can't allow Elgin to have extra possessions because you won't get the ball back very often.
And they can eat up a lot of clock.
Yes, they can.
All right, with that, we're going to take a timeout here on WBCO and the OH Report. You are listening to the Lewis Family McDonald's Game of the Week here on WBCO and the OH Report.
He's going to send a line drive down the field. It'll be fielded on the bounce. That is Schieffer. Schieffer finds a hole at the center. Schieffer turns on the burners. Schieffer could go. He's at the 50, 45. He's got one man to beat. Schieffer with the ball in his left hand. He's going to take it to the house. Whitford opens up the second half with the kick return touchdown.
Welcome back here to Ridgedale High School on WBCO and the OH Report. Jared Moore, Tim Birie here with you, along with the OH Report from Morrill, Ohio. Nice, beautiful sunny day, Tim. You're looking right into it.
Yes, well, we're outside, but it's a nice dry night, and
That's all we can ever
unfortunately,
ask
for another half hour or so, the sun's going to be in my eyes. I should have brought some sunscreen. But, and right now it's kind of a surprising night. We've had some finally football weather this week. And so I am in I have my jacket on and everything else, as quite a few people in the stands have as well. But I'm doing a lot of sweating right now because it's still fairly warm and the sun is out.
Yeah, starting to really pile in here.
Yeah.
At Ridgedale. I'd say about 80% full.
Yeah.
Elgin side, probably about the same.
Well,
So a nice, cross-county matchup.
Sure.
These schools only about 10 minutes apart, Tim. So.
Yeah, Elgin's going to receive. And the biggest thing here we're going to get a good look at is that Ridgedale's going to hope to, obviously the best thing that could happen to him is get a 3-and-out. But, the way Elgin runs the offense, even maybe a 6-and-out is good. It's just you want to get the ball back before they get their play count in the teens.
So it will be Brennan Lucart and Nate Freshour deep to receive, and it will be Freshour, the senior, taking it up the left hash, spins across the 40-yard line.
Fumbled it.
And he fumbled it. He did, but he got it back, I think.
Yes.
And Elgin's offense will be on the field. At the 40-yard line is where they're going to start.
Well, if we're keeping track of fumbles, Freshour had 2 on the first kickoff. First, he fumbled it when it came to him. He didn't panic, picked it up, made a good return, dropped it again, but then fell on it himself again. So, I don't know. Maybe he's trying to break a record for fumble recoveries in a game.
Oh, what is the record?
I don't know.
You have to look that up.
Yeah. And there they are. They are in their wing tee look. Little offset.
It'll go to Freshour, who cuts his way to the 42 before he's shoved back by a host of Rockets. Colt Rollins in there on the stop, along with Aiden Salyer and Hunter Hutchinson, the linebacker, coming up for the tackle.
Yeah, it was more of an offset eye look, and just ran a power off tackle, and Ridgedale did a pretty good job of stuffing it up, only a 2-yard gain.
And here we go.
And here we go. We already got a stoppage in play for something. And it looks like he's sending a guy. Is he sending him off the field? Yes, he is. Because he's got something on that, some kind of thing on his bicep. And he is coming off the field. Number 56.
Number 56.
Who we don't have on the roster.
Yeah, of course.
But
Typical.
yes, because I'm sure whatever he had on his bicep. They have 2 guys in motion.
Trickery, yeah, there's a flag. And oh my goodness.
And he's hit for no gain.
Bulldozed over back at the 40-yard line.
Well, he's
Ash
not.
Tilley looking to pump his team up.
I think it was supposed to be a boot look, but both guys went in motion at the same time. So I don't know if they're going to take the penalty. I mean, if they can decline it, it'd be 3rd and 9.
Because, you're at 3rd and 9, Tim. And
here
already talked about they're not going to throw the football a whole lot. They're going to decline the penalty indeed.
Yes,
Coach Tilley does decline the penalty.
Loss of 2 on the play.
So a loss of 2.
So it'll be
3rd down for the Comets. Ball on the 40.
3rd down and 9. And they'll run it off the right tackle. Freshour to the 43, but that's all he's going to get. And that Ridgedale defense steps up here on the first drive of the game to force a 3-and-out, and we'll see the decision here.
4th and 6 for Elgin.
And it doesn't look like they're going to punt.
Yeah. Zach Winslow looks like he's going to keep his freshman quarterback, his junior quarterback, and he's going to split out wide.
Yeah, no. It
is the freshman, yes.
Yeah, it's Harmon.
He goes under center.
Let's see if he's going to hand it off or he's going to run a boot pass. One or the other.
Freshour goes in motion. He's the lefty. Throws it up for grabs, and it's caught, and spinning out of it is Freshour. He got the first down, just lobbed it up for grabs, and it is indeed a first down.
Ball moves to the Rocket 48.
Fresh hour, just let it float right into his hands. Now Elgin's going to hurry up and get to the line, and they're going to quarterback sneak it with Harmon, and he pushes the pile forward to the 45. That is a huge play here in this first drive.
Well, he rolled out. Now I see that he's left-handed. And, to be honest, it looked like one of my swings on an 0-2 count. He was getting hit as he threw it. He just tossed it up in the air, and Fresh-Hour caught it. So it was
that ball was up there for about 20 seconds.
Yes, it was.
It felt like. They'll send Fresh-Hour in motion. They'll fake
on
the
counter.
On the counter inside. I believe this was Lucard on the carry.
Yes, it was.
And he gets to the 40-yard line. A lot of movement in there, Tim. The counter, like you talk about. And it's not technically a trick play, Tim, but it's just a lot of motion going on.
There's a lot of misdirection. And, then all of a sudden he comes back because they're faking a sweep going one way, then handing it off inside to that wing back. But again, the guards pulled and went right away. You just got to follow them.
It'll be Van Gundy this time. Right tackle, bulldozes his way forward for a first down. Gets to the 32, does Van Gundy. And this is what Elgin does. We talked about it in the pregame, Tim. Do what you do best. They've thrown it one time. It worked, fortunately, for Elgin. Probably with a little bit of luck as well, but now they're getting to their game, and they're grinding it out here in this first drive.
Yeah, that's the fullback, Van Gundy. That's his first carry, but, this is going back in the book a little bit.
It'll be Van Gundy again across the 30 and continues to push the pile forward to the 25. And it's just chunks of yardage coming up here on this first drive for the Comets.
Well, Van Gundy, he's like, there was a guy named Don Nottingham that played in the NFL from Kent State. They called him the human bowling ball, and that's kind of what he looks like. Here comes the counter again.
Counter again. This is Lucart. And again, another first down for the Elgin Comets. Boy, if we had a sponsor for first downs, Tim, we would be saying it quite a bit.
Absolutely. That's our third first down already on this drive.
Ball on the Rocket 14.
So another 11-yard gain for Lucart. So he's got 18 yards and a couple carries. And as you
4
said,
minutes into the game here, Tim, already.
This is exactly what they want to do.
Under 8 minutes already, Tim. Yep.
They keep the ball away from the offense. They wear you down.
They play clean football too, for the most part. Obviously, just the one penalty. Again, the counter play inside. This is Van Gundy. Still, it doesn't look like much, Tim, but he just falls forward every time for about 4 yards to the 11-yard line.
Yeah, and that's a staple in there, too, of it. That was the belly where they bring a guard around, one more guard around to help out with that. And, again, he falls forward for about 4 yards. And, that's all they care about. They just want to get 3 and 4 yards because they're going to go for it on fourth down all the time. So they have 4 downs every time.
Lucart goes in motion. Off the edge. Lucart cuts it back in. And he's brought down close to the first down marker. Around the 5. Evan Ricketts on the tackle, but not before again, Tim. He picks up 6 yards, but they're going to hurry up and get back to the line. It's Harmon under center. Gives it to Van Gundy. First down, a little bit more. Pushes his way inside the 5, close to the end zone. And indeed, he does get in. And Elgin is on the board. A 6-yard touchdown run by Jack Van Gundy.
Well, you've seen everything that they're probably going to run tonight. Including, their one pass that, the only thing I may say, maybe the only thing they'll do if they do throw another pass, it might be out of a boot look other than just rolling out like they did. But otherwise, that's what they do. They're going for 2. They're in the.
And they do go
inside. That triple I don't think he got in. They're going to take a look, though, and see if he fell over. And
I think he did not. And he did not. No. It is no good on the 2-point conversion. So Elgin stays on top 6-0. We have 6 minutes, 40 seconds left here in the first quarter. You are listening to the Lewis Family McDonald's game of the week here on WBCO and the OH Report.
In business and ag banking, it's not just about the numbers, it's about the people. At First Federal Community Bank, we believe relationships are the foundation of every successful partnership. We can help you grow your farm through various ag programs, including working with our local FSA offices, as well as Farmer Mac. We have many commercial business programs to help make your day-to-day operations easy and convenient. Because when you bank with us, you're not just a customer, you're family.
You're live.
85.
Back here on WBCO and the OH Report. Ridgedale, boy, I don't even think they took a full minute in there, Tim.
No, they
Between
didn't.
the kickoff
They got
and
it
the,
going pretty
touchdown.
quick, but he tried the directional kick it straight out of bounds. And so I think they got to put, because of the penalty, I think they put the ball on the 35-yard line.
I'd say it got to the 36.
Or they'll
So
put
that's
it
where
where
they're
it
gonna
went out of
start,
bounds,
right?
I guess.
Because if, yeah,
Legal procedure.
first down, they're going to start.
Yeah, it looks like, they're going to put it where it went out of bounds.
So it looks like actually the 40-yard line.
Wow, they're moving it up. They're moving it. Wait a minute.
Wow,
Come on back, guys.
Rockets
Man,
will take
really?
over on downs,
40.
1st and 10
Thought it was a little bit further, but
on their
The
own
ref probably had the
we don't
sun
have a
in
great
his eyes as
we don't
well.
have a great angle, so. And I'm old, so I'll go with the ref.
All right. So 6:40
Ridgedale
left here
under
in the
center.
first. Yep, under center. They'll run it off the left side. Rollins on the carry.
Nice gain on first down, about 5 yards it looks like.
JT Britton
They did have J.J. Slaughterback, one of their main running backs, went out with an injury last week, and he's not playing here tonight, Tim. So, like we talked about in the pregame, just decimated from injuries. They had their quarterback go out before the season, so just a lot. And Rollins will be cut down right around the line of scrimmage. He was going to be dropped for a loss, but he actually spins his way back to the line of scrimmage to the 37-yard
no
line.
gain on the play.
So that one was no gain after getting 5 on first down.
46.
46, sorry. So they'll go 3rd and 5 here from the 46-yard line. Kind of the offset eye here. They run it with the fullback.
Close.
Carries his way to midfield.
They're close.
Michael Dees,
That was
the
Michael
ball carrier.
Dees. He's a yard shy,
Ball moves to midfield.
but now we're going to see, do we see Coach Tilley go for it here?
I have a feeling he will. Sure looks like it.
At this point, you got to keep the ball out of Elgin's hands.
Absolutely.
The way they run offensively. You don't want to get down 2 scores.
And
in
it
the
looks
first
like
quarter.
it, and it's less than a yard.
Yeah, about a half a yard.
So
Nose of the football in between the 49 and the 50. Again, they're not going to get it. Maybe they shouldn't have put it at 10, but
I don't know. They
back to the 46. They push the pile. There will be forward progress, but he did not get the first down.
Michael Dees, the ball carrier.
Did Michael Dees.
There's no gain or loss even.
Not enough for the first down. Comets will take over on downs.
They will not
First
give
and
him
10
forward
on
progress.
They didn't at all.
46.
I mean, he got stuffed right around the 50, so not sure why the ball is all the way back at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know, but
That's where Elgin's going to start. Great field position.
But
once
Elgin,
again.
with great field, but a short field, you only give these guys a short field. And now they start out with the first penalty.
Flag before the snap.
Looks like they jumped.
Penalty is offsides
Yep,
against
that'll go against the
Ridgedale.
Rockets.
Went on a little longer count. They'd been going on a quick count and really trying to go fast.
for
That
the
time
Comets.
they went on a longer count, get 5 yards. So Now they're going to run the buck sweep again.
Yep, fresh shower this time,
Here
grabbed by the
comes flag
legs.
again.
There's a penalty flag down.
Brody
Foltz makes the tackle, but it'll go against Ridgedale. And, honestly, Tim, I would take it, even though there was no gain, but put it back.
Well, this one, it's a
10
10-yarder,
yes.
so they got to take it.
There was no gain on the play. Now they take the holding. And it'll go back to the Elgin 49-yard line.
Lost my steep cheat.
First and 15 for Elgin.
So first and 15 for the Comets from their own 49-yard line. Harmon under center, and again, we have movement.
Penalty flag before the snap.
Starting to look like last week now. That's 3 in a row, but these are all legit.
Yeah, I'd say you can't get much more than that, but the officials are going to talk about it, so I'm not sure if there was maybe somebody from Elgin that nudged a little bit. Maybe that official looks like he said he stepped back, so we'll see what the call is here, and it's going to be false start, actually.
Penalty is against.
So
Elgin.
looks like somebody stepped back first on that offensive line for the Comets.
All right. Good eyes, Jarrett. You saw it, and they called it.
And now the official has to walk it the other
Moves
way.
the ball back to the 44-yard line. First down and 20.
So it'll be first and 20. And this is where Ridgedale has got to get a stop, Tim, on this down right here.
This is what Elgin doesn't like to be in, is first and 20. They like to just have to gain 3 and 4 yards at a crack, but let's see what they come up with here.
They'll
run a buck
send
sweep
fresh
again.
hour in motion. Cuts it back inside up the left hash. They'll get to midfield.
Get 6 of it back.
Be second down and 14. Cotter on the tackle. And Brody Foltz.
Second down and 15. Ball to the Elgin 49.
So ball on a 49. Back to where they were before that false start. So a gain of 5 to bring up second down and 15. Harmon goes under center. Oh,
Offsides again.
Got another flag here against the Rockets.
No, you just got to watch the ball. I mean, they barely got up to the line of scrimmage, and he leaned in. So you can't give
That's
him.
where I said, Tim, you got to get a stop.
You just can't give Elgin free yards. So now a little easier to get now at second and 10. Again, especially because they're gonna use all 4 downs.
Yes. And more than likely, well, at this point, they're gaining at least 4 yards a carry. Ooh, there's movement there, and this is going to be a false start here against Jack Van Gundy, and indeed, we are turning into last week.
Well,
but these are legit.
Well, what's crazy is, that first drive was penalty free. And just looked like a machine, and now, they're just getting one penalty after another, and these last 2, are the kind you hate to get because they're pre-snap ones. And you can take care of those. A hold is a hold. Sometimes you get caught. And so, but these, they just got to stop going in motion.
So second and 15 from their own 49. They'll fake the toss. Off the counter. And Lukart shoved back. Got to the line of scrimmage, but that's going to be it. And it's going to bring up 3rd and long here for the Comets. That time they plugged the holes. Podcotter again. Britton Podcotter again.
Yeah, outstanding play. A lot of penetration in there, and there was just nowhere for Lukart to go. Again, like I said, I think they're just doing a great job of doing what they're supposed to do. They follow the guards, and the guards take them to where the ball's going. Now they're backing off into the shotgun.
It's the first we've seen this here from the Comets. There is a flag again.
Flag before the snap.
And this time it's against Elgin once again.
Elgin, false start.
So push it all the way back to the 44-yard line.
Ball moves back to the 44-yard line.
Third and 20.
Fourth penalty on this drive. They've been just going back and forth between the 35 and the 50.
Here's the thing. the clock has been running almost the entire time because they restart the clock after every penalty.
Right.
So the Rockets facing a critical defensive third down here. Elgin spreads it out. 2 seconds on the play clock. And it'll be a straight run, and he will get nowhere. It was Zach Bowers on the carry. And Ridgedale's defense indeed holds. And now, Tim, I think Elgin has to punt.
Yeah, I would assume.
Ball on the 45-yard line.
Yeah, Elgin brought a different guy in to play quarterback. And, or excuse me, no, Bowers. Yeah, Bowers came in to play quarterback and just ran a draw play, and they stuffed it. Not fooled at all.
All right, back to punt.
And he pops it up, so better get out of the way.
Better get out of the way indeed.
Before it hits you.
It'll roll to the 31 for Lowry, the punter. And downed at the 32. And Ridgedale gets the much-needed stop.
Yeah, great job by the Ridgedale defense. I mean, aided by some penalties and mistakes by Elgin, but
they had a couple tackles in there where they needed it.
They had 2 tackles for loss. So, they did what they needed to do.
42 seconds remain here in this first quarter. This is a 3-back set here for the Rockets as they'll go under center.
Getting in the old T formation, and someone bobbed up a little bit.
And there is a penalty.
False start, Ridgedale.
Before Rollins could even take the snap.
Yeah, there was a little movement by one of the defensive tackles for Elgin. And when that movement took place,
for the Rockets.
The Ridgedale guy budged, came up out of his stance, and, another pre-snap penalty. So, Ridgedale doesn't want to get behind the sticks either.
Yep,
There's the old T formation. Woody Hayes would be happy. Going to run a sweep out of it.
They will toss it to the left side. This is Salyer working his way all the way back to the right side to the 40, and he spun down there.
Brought down by Nate Freshour.
Freshour on the tackle as it almost
a gain of 2 on the play.
Worked well for the senior there to work it outside.
For Ridgedale.
But it's 2nd down and 13. Ran about 20 yards to pick up 2.
Yeah, it was a sweep to the left. The defense did a good job of penetrating. He had one more guy. If Freshour didn't make that tackle, he had some room to get to the right sideline and for a big gain.
All right, Tim. That is our fastest first quarter of the season. And with that, Elgin has a 6-0 lead here on the Rockets. We played 1. You are listening to the Lewis Family McDonald's Game of the Week here on WBCO and watching on the OH Report.
Looking for the best high school sports coverage in Ohio? You found it right here on the OH Report. From the field to the court, we've got it all. OH Report brings you local coverage like nobody else in the area, live and free. Follow OH Report now and never miss a moment of the action. Don't just watch, be a part of the game with OH Report. The future of local sports.
Man, they don't mess around.
No.
Salyer again the carry this time, and he tries to bounce it outside, Tim, but no room there on the first play here of the second quarter. They do not mess around in between breaks. They're just going to get on it and get going. But it is 3rd and 13.
Tried to run a sweep again with Salyer, and he only gets a yard out of it, so they're 3rd and long.
3rd down and 11, from the 29. So this is, uncomfortable territory for the Rockets now. We'll see if they put the ball in the air. They will. Salyer to throw. Now steps up, has room to run on that left side. Salyer cuts it back outside, back inside, gets to midfield and the first down. Aiden Salyer picks it up with his feet. And Tim, I wonder if that was what was planned all along.
Yeah, it may have been. Because he had a lot of room. There's plenty of room for him to go. But first down.
Botched the handoff this time, but Salyer decides to, or excuse me, that's Rollins.
That's Rollins.
I keep saying Salyer, yes.
Yeah.
But that's Rollins on the carry. He's the one who picked up the first down. And he picks up a couple of yards here.
Drew Brown on the stop for the Comets. Ball's in Elgin, 47-yard. Second down, Ridgedale.
It's another gain of 3, so just keeping the sticks moving a little bit.
Rollins goes under center, hands it
That's
to
stuff.
Dees.
Nowhere to go there.
No room there. Again, that defensive line led by Garrett Lowry. And they're on the tackle. So third and 8 from the 47.
Well, let's see what they come up with. They
ran the quarterback last time in Rollins.
So he's back there now. It's like
shotgun. They're gonna go quads to the left.
In a shotgun, or excuse me, Colt Salyers.
Rollins. Salyers goes in motion to the right. Looking that way here is Rollins. Rolls, throws it on the run, tipped up and incomplete. Isaac Lust, the intended receiver. And it's just through his hands and incomplete. And a fourth down play. Rollins heads to the sideline, so is Ridgedale going to punt?
Yeah, it looks like it. He had him open. He had a couple guys open, and he finally slid out of the pocket a little bit. Looked like a designed roll. And flipped it out there, but the wide receiver couldn't hold on to it. May have had a chance for the first down if he made the catch. I'm not real sure.
Aiden Salyer set to punt here for Ridgedale. Fresh hour back deep to return the punt. And it's end over end towards the left side. They keep it away from Fresh Hour. It rolls back, and it's down at the 20-yard line. And that's where the Comets will take over with 9:19 left here in the second quarter. Surprising there that they didn't go for it, Tim.
Well, yeah. But it's a little longer than the last one. They went, So, if you don't get it, you don't want to keep taking a chance, I think, of giving them a short field.
HJT Puppy Bulls, Schwinn Salon, JLS Home Renovations, Veteran Sons Farm, and Me Jalapeno.
Van Gundy in the backfield. They'll send Fresh Hour in motion. Harmon hands it to Van Gundy, who rushes forward with a little burst of speed, tripped up over the 25 and gets to the 27. Does Van Gundy.
Yeah, that's been their best play. I think, I would give Van Gundy a steady diet of just dives and runs, traps, all the stuff you do with the fullback in the wing team.
Well, they took your advice, Tim, and he falls forward for the first down. And when he falls forward, it's for 2 to 3 yards every time.
Yeah.
And that's what they want to do. They're going to take up the clock. And this, Tim, and I would not be surprised if this drive took the rest of the first half.
Well, if it's going to be a touchdown drive, it very well may. I mean, Van Gundy's got 35 yards on 5 carries, so he's averaging 7 a carry. So I think I'd ride that big dog.
And they will not do it this time. It's Lukart. Came around the edge.
It's a big loss.
Evan Ricketts, though, back there to make the stop.
Moves the ball to the Elgin 29-yard line.
Well, they did. The linebacker did just what you're taught to do. He followed the pulling guard and ran right into the ball. And that's what you do. You follow the guards. There he goes. He followed the guard. He's right there. Just went right through the hole. After he pulled, he just got right on his back. Made the play.
Sent him in motion again. Fresh hour this time. Works his way on the left side. Gets to the 36 before he's shoved back. Brody Foltz in there on the tackle.
Kingston McGarry in on the stop of the
And
Rockets.
Kingston McGarry as well.
And
But-
again,
and
just
it's
running
third
the
and
buck sweep.
3rd and 7 now.
You know, the buck sweep is a play. You fake the dive to the fullback and you pull both guards and you run wide. But it's not a wide sweep. It's not supposed to be a wide sweep. You're supposed to, you know, plant your foot and get up the field, and that's exactly what Freshour did that time for his biggest gain of the day, of the night so far, 7 yards.
6:40 on the clock here for the Comets. 3rd down and 7 from their own 36.
Run the counter.
Again, the counter, and this time stuffed. Luke Hart got to the 38. Pot Cotter again.
See what they're going to do this time. It's in there. I think he's going to go for it. I think Coach is going to Winslow's going for this one.
4th and 5 for the Comets.
So 4th down and 5 for Elgin with 6:07 to go here first half. They lead it 6-0. But Ridgedale's defense has stepped up huge in this first half.
We're going to have to step up big here. This is a big down.
We'll see if they keep it on the ground or do they go back to the air. Under center, Harmon to Van Gundy. Van Gundy pulled, and he will not get it. Ball came loose at the last second, but he's down, and it is a turnover on downs. Evan Ricketts again. And Ridgedale's going to have the football deep in Comet territory.
Yeah, they've got great field position now. Let's see if they can take advantage of it. They're on about the 41-yard line.
And that's exactly why head coach Ash Tilley punted on the previous possession.
Absolutely.
His defense, he trusted them, and they got him what they needed. And Ridgedale has the ball on the 41-yard line. They'll run the option. They pitch it to Dees on the outside. He stutters his way over the 40 and gets to the 38. Excuse me, that's Kingston McGarry. Stone Rhodes on the tackle, and there is a flag, and it's going against the Rockets. So take away any momentum that they just, I mean, you could just hear a sigh there from the Rockets.
Oh,
like,
sure.
Oh.
Yeah, they just got a big stop, and looked like they were going to have a pretty good play on that option, and I think McGarry's got to trust his speed. I think he could have probably got to the, put a stiff arm on that guy and maybe got to the edge a little bit more.
Yeah, really stuttered and stopped his forward movement.
Yeah, decided to cut inside. And they had a lot of pursuit there coming, but it wouldn't have mattered because it's still a 10-yard penalty. So now they're 1st and 20.
Back in their own territory. Empty set, trips to the left. Rollins to throw. Chucks it up the middle of the field. It's Salyer in between two defenders. Makes the catch, takes the hit, gets the first down. To the 28. Rollins put it between two defenders, Tim, and they make the catch and a first down.
Nice throw by Dees, or by Rawling. And a 25-yarder for his first completion of the game. And who'd you say caught that ball?
Aiden Salyer.
Didn't get that number, but
number 12.
25-yard gain.
I'll go with the three-back set once again. They'll toss it. This is Dees. Cuts it back. Spins around. Actually, that's McGarry again.
Van Gundy on the stop for Elgin.
Van Gundy makes the tackle. Maybe a gain of 1 there for McGarry.
No gain on the play.
Or no gain.
Correction, gain of 1.
Or gain of
Second
1.
down and 9. Ball to the Comets, 27.
Will's killing you.
I know.
Who's that dude now?
I know. Who is that guy? I will say he does really quickly get whoever made the tackle. There's a fumble. Rollins picks it up, and he might have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. So maybe a loss of 1. Let's bring up 3rd down and 10 with under 4 minutes to play now here in the first half, with Elgin leading 6-0.
3rd down and 9 for Ridgedale.
Well, they overcame the holding penalty on a long completion, and let's see if they can come up with another completion. I think they're probably going to throw it here. Let's see if young Mr. Rollins can come up with something.
They go under center once again. Rollins, they'll hand it to Salyer, and he's
Just
dragged
didn't look
down,
right.
but reverses his field. He slipped out of a couple of tackles, and he might have made at least a yard back out of that, but it's still, at least it's not a loss. There is an official's timeout as Salyer's complete jersey got ripped off.
Yeah, it looked like the old Earl Campbell jersey there, the tearaway.
So one of the players who is out for the game gives him his jersey,
So
and it's
now
going to be
he
number
gets
8.
Number 8, okay.
So number 8 now will be Aiden Salyer.
No gain on the play. 4th down.
Now
for
watch
the
him have the
Rockets.
game of his life, and he says, I got to have number 8.
Oh, it could be.
3:15 left here in the first half. 4th and 9 for the Rockets.
Earl Campbell before your time, Jared?
Exactly, before my time.
All right, just check. I figured he was, but just checking.
They'll throw it. Catch is made.
Oh, held on.
I don't think
I
he
don't
had
think he
enough
got
for
it,
the
though.
first down.
Rollins' pass is complete to Isaac Lust.
And Isaac Luss makes the catch, but it's not enough for the first down.
Brandon Lukart.
And Rollins looks like he came to the sideline
For the Comets.
checking for another play,
For
but
first down.
wasn't really even
Taking
close
over
to
on
him.
downs.
Yeah, he didn't.
First and
I don't think they
10.
gained anything.
Ball on their own, 23
Maybe a
yard
gain of
line.
1.
But, yeah, he just threw a quick out, and he got the ball out in time and got it there, but just well covered by Elgin.
So 1st and 10 for the Elgin Comets, who now have 3 minutes and 7 seconds. See if they can put it into the end zone. They lead it 6-0. They do have all 3 timeouts left, as do the Rockets.
Elgin's just got to avoid penalties. They've moved the ball pretty good, but they keep getting behind the sticks, and Ridgedale's, been a little bend, not break these last couple possessions.
They run the quarterback
Yes, they run the
sneak, and they
quarterback
do
sneak.
Bowers on the quarterback keeper.
continue to roll it forward here. Zane Bowers on the carry. They do like to switch Harmon
On the stop for the Rockets.
and Bowers there. It is Zach Bowers, actually, not Zane. And they're going to quickly give it to Freshour. Freshour grabbed and held to and brought down at the 30.
Tackled by
And
Michael Dees.
Michael Dees on the tackle.
And
They've done a great job on keeping Freshour between the tackles. They haven't let him get to the edge, and so he's not having a great game.
Van Gundy on the carry, tripped up.
He may have the first
I
down.
think
Looks
he
like they're
did
going to
get
give
it
it to
just
him.
enough for it, as he was tripped up just over the 35 by Isaac Luss, but he gets to the 36 and gets that first down. 2:15 and ticking.
Their 5th first down.
Freshour goes in motion. They give it to him. Cuts it back to the left, but he's held on to and taken down right around the line of scrimmage. Brody Foltz on the tackle, and a timeout by Elgin. We'll take one as well. 2:05 left here in the first half. It is Elgin 6, Ridgedale nothing. You're listening to the high school football game of the week here on WBCO and the OH Report.
You love to travel.
He's going to send a line drive down the field. It'll be fielded on the bounce. That is Schieffer. Schieffer finds a hole at the center. Schieffer turns on the burners. Schieffer could go. He's at the 50, 45. He's got one man to beat. Schieffer with the ball in his left hand. He's going to take it to the house. Whitford opens up the second half with the kick return touchdown.
You're live.
Ball out of bounds at the Ridgedale.
Elgin throws a pass coming out of the timeout,
Elgin.
and they get a first down. Luke Nelson on the catch, and a nice-looking throw and catch there to the 42. Fresh Hour goes in motion. They hand it on the counter play inside and spun down to the 35 is Braden Lowry. So Elgin throws a pass. This time it's a nice one by Zach Bowers. Fresh Hour again goes in motion. Ben Gundy off the right side, gets to the 30. And it looks like Elgin. Nope, they'll just move the sticks.
On the pass, they ran the boot action, and he was able to get out on the perimeter. And by him, I mean Bowers, and he got out on perimeter, and Van Gundy was behind everybody, and made the catch. If he, Bowers may have threw the ball a little earlier, it might have been a touchdown.
Yeah, you mentioned he was wide open. And head coach Ash Tilley here for the Rockets takes a timeout, more so to give his guys just a little bit of a breather, but also, guys, we got to reset here. You know, you give up the huge play there on the pass. Elgin doesn't really throw the football, but yet they get that big gain, and now they're deep into Rocket territory at the 30-yard line with a 1st and 10 and a fresh set of downs here. But defense has kind of lapsed here for the Rockets on this drive.
Yeah, they had, good timeout by Coach. He had a couple of his defensive linemen, they were really gassed. And, because they got a lot of guys playing both ways. So they get a little break, and now they can get back and maybe get a stop here.
They'll fake the handoff.
Same
Again,
play.
wide open, but they throw it short. He comes back, makes the catch, does Luke Nelson, and then spins his way into the end zone. A 30-yard touchdown pass from Zach Bowers to Nelson, and Luke Nelson finds the end zone. 2 big pass plays from Bowers to Nelson here on this drive.
And they were worth 57 yards. It was the exact same play. Nelson lines up, he's their tight end, and they're just losing him totally. He's just running down and running what's called a flag route. And, he boots out, and there's no one near him.
And it wasn't for the underthrown pass. He probably goes in untouched, but then he has to spin out of a couple of tackles.
That was the same way. He just doesn't have quite enough arm to get it out there, but Bowers got it there, and he's completed both of them.
Bowers
keep this one.
Rolls to the right, cuts it back in, dives in, but there is a flag.
Going to bring it back. They got to hold.
Flag on the play, holding against Elgin.
So this will go against the Comets.
Well,
10-yard penalty. And
I am not a stat expert, but usually you don't count the stats on extra points. But
how do you put that in there?
But do you count the penalty? I'm counting it.
You got to.
That's
it was
my
penalty yardage.
That is my decision. But you don't count their rushing, passing, and completions and all that stuff, the offensive stuff. But I'm going to say what the heck. They're going to kick this one, it looks like. They're throwing a tee out there.
Well, what would normally be they're on the 20 is where they're going to hold. So what would be a 30-yard field goal, really? And this is Bailey Abbott, the sophomore kicker, here for Elgin. And she'll kick towards the uprights and just short.
Just underneath.
Yeah. But there is a flag.
She almost hit it. So wait a minute, stay out here. I don't know what we're calling. Legal motion. I think it's declined.
Yep, declined, and that will be no good after the missed extra point. And Elgin will kick off when we come back. 1:16 left here in the first half. It's Elgin 12, Ridgedale nothing. We'll be right back.
In business and ag banking, it's not just about the numbers, it's about the people. At First Federal Community Bank, we believe relationships are the foundation of every successful partnership. We can help you grow your farm through various ag programs, including working with our local FSA offices, as well as Farmer Mac. We have many commercial business programs to help make your day-to-day operations easy and convenient. Because when you bank with us, you're not just a customer, you're family.
Left here, an onside kick, and it's going to go sideways here to start
Penalty flag on the
kickoff.
So again, they're trying to diagonally kick it. The last one he kicked down the field about it. I think it's Van Gundy's kicking off.
Yes. I don't.
They
That wasn't. Was that an onside? No way.
He didn't try the onside kick. He just whiffed on it and it kicked straight out of bounds on the. So it only went 5 yards.
Ridgedale's going to have great field position.
Yeah, it only
here.
went 5 yards.
Wait a minute, 16. That's where you
yeah, it's
just say kick it forward.
That's pretty good
please.
field position.
So they'll have it. Yeah. Well, and give them the penalty. We'll
go with it.
Exactly.
Gosh, we're getting food deliveries already here, Coach.
They treat us well here at Ridgedale.
This is a great place, I tell you.
To the Comet 41-yard line. Rockets have the ball, 1st and 10.
41.
Thank you. Holy moly.
Rollins rolls to the right. On the run. He'll step up. Gets to the 35, to the 30. Tiptoes down the sideline. Close to the 25.
27, it looks like they're going to put him out of bounds at. So a 14-yard gain for Rowling.
So Ridgedale,
27-yard line.
a 1st and 10 now with 1:06 left here.
Great shape here.
In the second quarter, trailing 12-0.
1:06 to go.
And he got out of bounds too, Tim.
Still a couple timeouts left. And he shows really good speed. There's no doubt about that. He's been able to get to the perimeter now. So he's got 33 yards rushing the ball.
Rollins under center. Stutters to the outside. Grab from behind and taken down, and there is a flag.
They're wrong, though, unless they're calling face mask, because it wasn't a horse collar.
I think where he hit him on top of the head. I don't know if that would be the official call or they're going to say horse collar here.
But it wasn't a horse collar. The guy behind saw it wasn't a horse collar. So they may wave it off.
Nope, they're going to give it to him. Face mask.
Face mask.
They're going to say he got the face mask. Maybe he grazed it, but still.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
So another first down for Ridgedale. They're going to have the ball on the 12-yard line.
With 1:01 left here in that first half. Elgin with a 2-touchdown lead at 12-0, but Ridgedale, we'll see if they can convert here and put one in before we head to the locker room.
It's 4 first downs for Ridgedale.
2 on the drive.
After the penalty, ball moves to the Elgin 13-yard line.
So put it to the 13.
10 Rockets.
Now what?
And a timeout.
Timeout on the field called by Ridgedale.
By Ridgedale. So let's keep it here. So, Tim, I mean, you've seen what's worked so far for Ridgedale. I mean, they've gained 2 first downs on this drive, one with Rollins with his legs. He tried to get it outside that time before the face mask, was unable to do so, but they get the penalty conversion for the first down. So you've seen it work with his legs, but I would almost think that that's what Elgin is expecting here.
Well, his completions, he completed one that he gained no yards on, and he completed another one where they gained like 5 yards on it. His big one was like more of a post pattern, and he delivered it on time, and so maybe that's what they need to do is because Elgin's playing zone. They're just playing cover 3, I believe. And now they look like they got a 2 safety look in there. No, he's moving over. So, well, the way they're moving around, they might be playing man. But, so maybe they just need, well, again, I'd roll out for sure. Seems to work really well for him. He's booting out this time.
Yeah, to the right side. Rollins, he's going to run it inside the 10, works his way to the 5, loses
now
his
he's got
helmet.
to come out.
So he does have to come out.
They can actually buy, I think, his way back into the game if they call timeout. And they may, because the ball's down to the 4-yard line.
Do you lose your timeout, but you lose your guy, or do you just run Wildcat with one of your running backs?
He may do that. That's a good call there, Jared. He may do that. But again, showed good speed, got to the corner, got it down to the 3, and they're going to call timeout. I think they're calling timeout to put him back in the game. That's their last time. The problem is that's their last timeout.
Yeah, that's where, you got a first down. Do you waste the timeout there, but you also don't know because they're on, their backups.
Yeah, this
now,
is the backup.
How many guys can actually take a snap?
This is already a backup, yeah. So now you're talking
Especially
about the backup to the backup.
Yeah, especially on this where you're at first and goal.
You only got 24 guys dressed right now because of the injuries. And so, yeah, I don't know who their backup quarterback is, but you made the right call where, I don't know, again, if they've practiced it. But they, maybe they could have took a direct snap and just run it.
Well, it's first and goal. 48 seconds remain here in this first half. Elgin leading 12-0. Rollins, they're going to actually give it
someone else.
Lincoln Kramer in there. They work their way towards the goal line.
That
it's
was
Kingston
bizarre.
McGarry.
So I don't know what. They're stopping the clock.
Rollins is still on the sideline.
Oh, now they're calling that a first down. I thought it was already a first down. So they're stopping the clock. Now they're starting the clock.
Now, Tim. No,
So
first
now
and
it's
goal.
back to first
So they must have
and
been a
goal.
yard shy of the first down. But they're going to keep Lincoln Kramer in there under center, it looks like. He'll go under center. They'll hand it inside. D's close. 19 seconds on the clock.
They're not going to get it off.
They have 0 timeouts left.
They need to get the ball snapped.
They're on the
Now the refs
2-yard line. Now the
the refs are stopping the clock for them to turn the ball. So, yeah, there's a break.
But 7 seconds, now they run the clock. They go under center, 5 seconds. And another timeout. And Elgin's coach Winslow, he might have saved them there because it almost looked like Ridgedale wasn't going to get the snap
I don't
off
know
with 3
what
seconds
exactly
on the clock.
they were doing. So
Now
we got a timeout, and we're going to get one more play, and we'll see what happens.
This is where clock management comes in, Tim. You take the timeout after he gets out of bounds. You still put a new quarterback in there regardless.
Yeah, that was kind of surprising.
I know you want to get him set and ready to go and give him some time to get in there and establish, but in a moment like that, you almost want to save the timeout because now you got one play.
You got one play. So let's see what they're doing. I think they're putting Rollins back to quarterback.
Yep,
Yeah,
Rollins
he's back
at
to
quarterback. He's under center. They'll hand it off. Straight forward.
He's in.
Dees is in. And Ridgedale is on the board.
At the buzzer.
Right at the buzzer. Just enough time to push it into the end zone. Michael Dees says, give me that. And Ridgedale will now try for the extra point with Derek Mahaffey. Rollins will hold. And the kick is up, and it is good. 12-7. Ridgedale gets on the board at the last second here before halftime. That carries us into the locker room and gives Ridgedale the momentum as they will also receive the second half kickoff. So our score at halftime is Elgin 12, Ridgedale 7. As the teams head to the locker room, we will take a timeout as well. You are listening to the McDonald's of Bucyrus and Gallion Game of the Week here on WBCO, along with watching on the OH Report.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
We help you lose the weight and keep it off. Led by board-certified bariatric surgeons, Avita has every special
English rock band Radiohead released our next number in September of 1992. Here is Creep. Our last selection was released in 2006 by an English power metal band by the name of Dragon Force, and was also featured as a bonus song on the 3rd Guitar Hero game. We hope you enjoy Through the Fire and Flames. under the direction of Lance Schwartz and assisted by Daniel Barrett and Jacob Moses, the Elgin Marching Comets. Also a big shout out, our color guard is back and under the direction of Casey Boyer. Thank you for your applause.
Once again, a round of applause for the Elgin Marching Band. Good evening, Rocket fans. This evening, the Ridgedale Marching Band, under the direction of Miss Amy Corkman and assistant Mr. Brandon Friend, taking you back to what feels like yesterday, but was actually 15 years ago, with a hit song from Bruno Mars called Runaway Baby.
They hung around, and that's what they've been doing. They hung around, they hung around, they hung around. Looked like Elgin was going to, do what Elgin did, but then they got a couple stops and, score with no time left on the clock. And so they're right in it, and they're going to receive the opening kickoff of the second half. So if they can punch one in, they may have the lead.
Yeah, they got their extra point. Elgin they missed on a 2-point conversion, and then they missed an extra point as well. So that's where Ridgedale, if you do the little things, you might be leading this ball game after this first drive of the second half. So, you got to hand it to them defensively. It seems like Elgin really hasn't had the ball all that much, even though they've eaten up some clock, Tim. But outside of that, Ridgedale's made a couple of stops. They gave up a couple of big plays on that last drive by Elgin, but again, the kicking game, a lot of people may think, it doesn't really matter that much, but that's what's kept Ridgedale in this game, because Elgin can't kick the ball off, and Ridgedale there with just over a minute to go in the half, they start out with the ball on Elgin's 40, and that's why they're able to punch it in.
And the same thing could happen to start the second half. I mean, they've kicked the ball straight out of bounds twice. One time it got down to about the 35. I think they ended up marking on the 40. And the other time, it went out of bounds 5 yards up, so on the plus 45. So, if they get another short field, they found a little magic in the quarterback run, and Rollins ran the ball quite well, and then and got it down there, and then they were able to finally punch it in, and so they found something that's working a little bit. So let's see what happens in the second half if they continue to try to roll him out and get him on the perimeter and see if he can make some plays with both his arms and his legs. And, I don't know how much quarterback he's played. Obviously, when he got his helmet knocked off and he had to come out, he went back in and played running back. So I don't know if he's been a running back all year and never really practiced quarterback, but so if they can get a little bit out of him in the throwing game, they get right back, they can get the lead here and probably break that streak that they've had hanging over their head for a while.
And we're, the past couple of years, we're used to Ridgedale kind of throwing the football a little bit more than they have so far here tonight, but they change up their offense. Pretty different from the past couple of years, Tim, where they just convert back to basically what Elgin runs in a wing T. But that's where you kind of have to adapt to what you have, right? I mean, and that's what you have to do.
Well, they only had a week to do it, but so far, Coach Tilley looks like he did a pretty good job of getting them ready with some different guys playing different positions. And, so far, so good. And they're right in this thing at 12-7. And, I think it's going to be a very interesting second half, especially, they always talk about the first 4 minutes, the last 4 minutes, first 4 minutes. And so let's see if Ridgedale can continue the momentum they got at the end of the half and move the ball down the field some more.
That's going to be critical, Tim. You not only you at least need to move the ball, right, and get a couple of first downs if you're the Rockets here, and at least keep the ball out of Elgin's hands for a couple of minutes. Get your defense some rest. They're going to have plenty coming out of the locker room already. But if they can, pick up a couple of first downs and at least move the ball a little bit and pin Elgin back like they did previously in the first half, give your defense a shot to get a stop and flip the field.
Absolutely. And again, the kicking game has not been great for Elgin. Even when they punted, they didn't punt it the one time they punted, they didn't punt it very well. And so maybe they can take advantage of that. But certainly they need to move the ball this first series and try to keep the Elgin's offense off the field, and as well as flip the field a little bit with field position. But you give Elgin a lot of credit. They only got 24 guys dressed, because they've had injuries. And so those guys are really playing hard and just giving a great effort right now. And, Coach had to take that one time out to just give them a little bit of a break when they were on defense. And that may play a big part of it in the second half. We'll see.
What does Elgin need to do differently? I mean, they've been able to run consistently. Is it just a matter of cleaning up the penalties, Tim?
I think that's a big part of it, certainly.
Not to discredit Ridgedale by any means in the way they played defensively, but Elgin can make some adjustments as well.
Oh, absolutely. And so I think, they clean that up a little bit, and they just can't afford to get behind the sticks because – although they did find a passing game and got the ball, that certainly was responsible for their second touchdown, is running the boot and throwing the ball to their tight end, who was behind everybody twice in a row, and gained I think it was 67 yards or something like that on those two deep balls. And if they can do that, and maybe hit a couple more of those and surprise them, they can move the ball on a consistent basis. But I just think it's going to be a really interesting second half. I'm really looking forward to it.
All right, with that, we'll take a quick timeout here on WBCO, where we join the OH Report as well. It is halftime here from Ridgedale High School with the Elgin Comets 12, Ridgedale and the Rockets with 7. You are listening to the Lewis Family McDonald's Game of the Week here on WBCO and the OH Report.
In business and ag banking, it's not just about the numbers, it's about the people. At First Federal Community Bank, we believe relationships are the foundation of every successful partnership. We can help you grow your farm through various ag programs, including working with our local FSA offices, as well as Farmer Mac. We have many commercial business programs to help make your day-to-day operations easy and convenient. Because when you bank with us, you're not just a customer, you're family.
Welcome to Marion County Now, the heartbeat of our neighborhood, the fountain of our news. We're local, we're pertinent, and we're all about you. We're dedicated to keeping you in the loop, involved, and linked with the community. And the cherry on top, our service doesn't cost a dime. Marion County Now, our neighborhood, our news.
WBCO and the OH Report. Jared Moore alongside Tim Birie, where Elgin has a 12-7 lead here, and we're about ready to kick off here for the second half in just a few moments. Tim, Elgin scored with a little bit of ease on their first drive of the game. It took almost 6 minutes. They converted a fourth down in that drive as well. And Jack Van Gundy ended it with a 6-yard touchdown run. 2-point conversion was no good, and it was 6-0 Elgin with 6:40 to go in the first quarter. Once we got to the second quarter, it kind of stalled a little bit. Both teams trading punts back and forth a couple of different times, maybe a little penalty-laden as well. But then Elgin would score with 1:16 left in the half. It was Zach Bowers to Luke Nelson on the second time they ran that play, a 30-yard pass into the end zone to make it 12-0 Elgin. And it looked like they were going to kind of almost run away with this thing. But then a kickoff out of bounds gives Ridgedale the ball inside the 40-yard line. They get a big run from Colt Rollins. And then Michael Dees. They had 3 seconds, so basically one play to run there to end the half. And Michael Dees runs it in from 2 yards out, right up the middle. And they get the extra point, make this a 12-7 game. And now they're going to have the ball here to start this second half.
Well, it was really weird, you know, on the touchdown run, because Dees has been just getting stuffed the whole half, you know. And I mean, he had 6 carries, but he only gained 4 yards. But fortunately, not unfortunately, fortunately for him and for the Ridgedale Rockets, he gained 1 yard when they needed it. And he punched it in. Their offensive line, you know, got some movement. He got it in. And so we have a one-score game now because of it. So, again, really looking forward to this whole thing and seeing especially what this kickoff's going to do.
All right. A little bit of chill.
Elgin put in, you know, it looked like she had a pretty good leg. You know, she just missed that 30-yard field goal. And, but she doesn't do the kickoff. And so they have an offensive lineman doing their kicking, Cooper Likens. And so let's see if he can do a little better job here in the second half than he did in the first.
Yeah, they switch it up. So Ridgedale got the momentum to end the first half. Will they continue that into the second half? A little bit of a chill in the air now, Tim, as that sun has set.
Yes.
Beautiful scenery now with that sundown. You can actually see it.
Really pretty sky right now, and I can now see things, and so I'm happy, and they're going to diagonally kick it. So let's see if he can diagonally kick it and keep it in bounds this time for the first time.
Cooper Likens.
And it doesn't
they
look
will
like
angle it that way. It'll go out of bounds
again.
But at least this time,
it's a little further down the field.
Yes, exactly.
But they're still going to be somewhere near that 40-yard line. But at least this time it's on the other side of the 50. So it'll be about the 39. Are they going to spot it?
Looks like it.
38, 39.
Penalty is against the Comets.
Would like to, while we have this quick penalty call, thank the Ridgedale Athletic Department, Athletic Director Sherry Leach, their hospitality here at Ridgedale High School. Got a nice dinner
Yeah. My brat was outstanding. And
After the penalty, Rockets will take over on downs. First
that means
and
I
10
can
on their
now
own
drive straight
43.
home. And
There you go. You don't even have to
stop.
Don't make a stop. Courtesy of Ridgedale.
Absolutely.
They always treat us well here.
So we got Rollins back at quarterback. And Coach will hopefully have him keep his helmet on the whole time. He doesn't want to have to take him out. He finished up as the leading rusher
Official
for
time on the field.
For the Rockets. He gained 43 yards on 7 carries.
I'll get the clock sorted out because there's 12 minutes. No time should have ran off, so now they reset it. Back to 12.
And we're ready to roll.
And here we go. 1st and 10 for Ridgedale from their own 43. They run it off the left side, up over the 45 for Michael Dees, and he's tripped up at the 48.
In on the tackle for the Comets.
And a nice pickup there on 1st down for Dees.
Absolutely. Nice 6-yard gain.
Almost seemed like he was running with a little bit more purpose.
That's
there,
what I was going to
Tim.
say. You know, he ran the ball, like I said, 6 times. And only gained 4 yards, so now he's got 7 for 10.
50-50 tickets tonight.
So 2nd down and 5 from the 47. Rollins under center. Again, it's Dees, and this time.
Oh, no, he's going to go for a loss this time.
That defensive line stands them up back at the 45. It'll be a loss of 3 on the play for Ridgedale, and now bring up 3rd down and 8.
It seems that Ridgedale does much better with the other guys, with Dees and McGarry and, Sawyer's everybody but Rollins, just running straight ahead. And not trying to, try to run a zone or get that outside zone or run a sweep. So he'll probably throw it this time. He'll roll out and throw it. No, they're going to run a sweep.
Well, this is Sawyer down the right side, inside the 40. And Aiden Salyer, he actually made the switch to number 0 in the locker room at halftime, and this time he runs it around the right side for a first down.
Switched again.
Maybe 0's the number.
Looks like it because, he just went 21 yards on that carry.
So 1st and 10 from the 35 here for the Rockets.
First down for Ridgedale.
To throw.
Rollins
scrambles to the right. He's got to get rid of it, and he just chucks it out of bounds underhand.
It's just going to be ground. They got to throw a flag, and there you go. Now it's grounding.
Yeah, I just thought he could get rid of it out of bounds, but it has to get back to the line of scrimmage. He was definitely outside the pocket, obviously, but this is going to be a huge loss.
So I got to take that off. That pass doesn't count. And now it becomes a very long penalty.
The spot was around the 45.
Penalty is intentional grounding.
It looks like they're going to put it at the 48. And mark it all the way back into Ridgedale territory.
Wow.
Mark an extra 5 yards off of that.
To the Rocket
it's a 19-yard penalty.
Huge penalty. And you knew once he got going backwards, Tim, that it was going to be trouble.
Well, he should have, as soon as he got back there, he saw that he should have threw it out of bounds.
And he hands it off this time. Back at the 45 was McGarry, and he's taken down for a 2-yard loss. And what was a promising start to the drive has now turned into a couple of momentum changers on the drive. Back to the 45, an intentional grounding. Now a loss of 2 brings up 3rd down and forever at 3rd and about 34.
45-yard line.
They have to get all the way to the 24-yard line of Elgin.
Yeah,
so it's actually 3rd down
a lot
and
longer than 26.
Yeah,
I think it's a lot
36. Longer. I don't know. You do the math, Tim.
Well, let's see. They got to get to the 25?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's, yeah.
And they're not going to do it. It's going to be picked off.
Oh,
There
no,
is a
he's gonna
flag.
flag.
Penalty flag.
And if this is pass interference, Ridgedale is going to be set up with a first down. Or are they going to say holding?
So it's 3rd and 30.
And it'll be against
the Comets.
Elgin.
Is that an automatic first down?
It depends. I thought I saw holding, but if they say pass interference, then it is an automatic first down, right? Yeah, it is pass interference. And
no, it's
they're going to say third. Okay.
Ball moves to the Comet, 41-yard
No, a little
line.
more makeable.
Yeah, at
down.
least third, and now it's about 16, yeah.
15 or 16.
From the 40, they run it with Dees. Dees finds the seam, but that second
Dees, the ball carrier.
level of the defense comes in and levels Michael Dees at the 37-yard line. It'll be a gain of 3, but does that set up a fourth down try here for Coach Tilley and company?
36-yard line.
I'm guessing they're going to go for it.
12 for the Rockets.
They're on the 36, so, you know, it's – so in a tight
At
game
this
like
point,
this, I
yeah.
might consider punting it, but –
Yeah, 9:20 left here in the third quarter. They're taking all sorts of time. They're going to take a delay of game. 0 on the play clock. They haven't reset it yet.
I don't think they've reset it because the refs they're not paying attention to it.
Well, let it play out. Rollins rolls out again. Grab from behind. He's got to chuck it up. He fumbles it instead.
It doesn't matter.
And it doesn't matter anyway. There's a flag.
They'll give. I think no.
Or
I
is
think
that just
I think that was a fumble marker, but they're going to get a little better field position out of it. But it will be a fumble and a recovery, I believe.
At the 41. That is, I think, the fumble marker, like you said, Tim. And it will be an Elgin first down after a turnover on downs by the Rockets. You see here, Elgin got that pressure. They didn't get that last week against River Valley. And it was Billy Lingrol who held on for dear life to Colt Rollins.
Penalty flag waved off. Comets
And he was able to make the stop.
First and 10, ball on their own.
So a good defensive series for Elgin. They just had Ridgedale had the one big play, and the one penalty. But other than that, they did a nice job. The Elgin defense did.
So they'll set up from their own 40-yard line and off the left side this time. Taking the handoff was Jack Van Gundy and works his way to the 45 before he's taken down.
Along with Evan Ricketts.
Evan Ricketts in there on the stop.
Second down.
And it'll be 2nd down and 6 here for the Comets.
Just what Elgin wants to do. Let's see if they can get back to what they do best. And, you know, the biggest thing is they just can't, you know, they can't have penalties and get themselves behind the sticks a little bit. They want 3 and 4 yards of carry and maybe every now and then pop one, but they want to methodically take the ball down the field.
Fresh hour in motion. He'll take the handoff off the left side. Gets maybe a half a yard, Tim, to the 46. Brings up 3rd down, but you know, in this position, more than likely, Elgin's going to probably go for it.
Pickup of 1, 3rd down and 5 for Elgin.
Yeah, very likely. That time I thought Fresh Hour should have maybe stayed outside a little bit longer. He cut that one up awful early.
Oh, we got movement.
I think Ridgedale's off. The Ridgedale guy's pointing, but I think he was off.
Yep.
He jumped.
Sides against the Rockets.
That's a big penalty because it was 3rd and
5, and it brings up now
so
1st down.
That's 1st down.
Just across the marker.
10, Elgin.
And those are the mental lapses that you can't have.
Well, you
Tim.
got to, you know.
And it's happened multiple times.
Defensive line coaches just yell constantly, just watch the ball. You know, don't anticipate, just watch the ball. The ball moves, you go.
Yeah, it seems easy enough, right?
But
it's not.
It's not. I wasn't a defensive lineman, so, I mean, you know, you're just anxious to get in there they've been going again. Like I said, they usually go on the quick count. And so the one time they don't, or a couple times they don't. I mean, that's why people go on the quick count, to get the offside when you need it.
Now quarterback sneak again. Quarterback sneak.
Oh, my gosh.
And they're going to make this a first down gain.
That's pretty close. That's about 9 yards.
It was Harmon, and he's going to be a half a yard shy from a first down on a quarterback sneak. How often do you see that, Tim? Where a quarterback sneak, and Elgin's typically turn into almost 5 yards, but this time it almost turned into a first down, and now it's 2nd down and 1 from the Ridgedale 39. Under center goes Harmon. And they'll give it to Chase Gillum. That's, I believe, his first carry on the night. He cuts it up to the 35 before he's tripped up. And he'll get the first down.
Tackle by Jackson Cook. Ball on the 35-yard line, 1st and 10, Elgin.
So a 1st and 10 with 6:10 to go here in this third quarter. 12-7. Elgin with the lead and the football. Harmon hands it to Freshour, finds the seam, and then he's pushed back, but he continues to pull the pile forward. And pushing him back was Michael Justice.
And Carter Huffman on the stop.
Along with Carter Huffman.
Ball to the 33-yard
but a 2-yard gain there to make it 2nd down and 8.
For the Comets.
Right now the Comets just care about moving the ball forward. They like to gain more than 2 yards like they did on that. That was just kind of like an old ISO play. And but again, they're doing a great job on Freshour. He's only got 17 yards on 9 carries.
5:20 left here in the game. Or excuse me, third quarter.
Back in that offset eye look again.
Freshour, the deep back. They'll toss it to him.
Toss to him this
Works
time.
It on the outside along the right side to the 30. Cuts it back in to the 27. He'll be down shy of the first down.
Brody Foltz on the stop for the Rockets.
But about a 6-yard gain. And it's now 3rd down and 3.
Just where they want to be honest, because they're going to go on 4th down. So they got 2 plays to gain 2 or 3 yards. Now they're back in the wing T look.
They'll
run
just
the sneak
run it
again.
with the QB, Bowers. I'm not sure if he got it or not. Depends on the spot.
They're stopping the clock, so I think they're getting ready to move
and
the sticks.
And they do indeed move the sticks. As he got just enough before Evan Ricketts made the stop.
Ball moves to
and they'll run the clock, ticking under 4.5 minutes now here in the third quarter. Elgin with a 12-7 lead. Scored with 1:16 left in the first half. Ridgedale answered at the end of the half to make it a 1-score game. But Elgin continuing this drive, and it's a long one so far here for the Comets. Give it to him. Up the right side, finds a seam, pushes it forward, charges ahead, Jack Van Gundy. Silences the Ridgedale side.
Yeah, absolutely. 79 yards now for Van Gundy on 11 carries. So he's a little over 7 yards a tote.
And a 24-yard touchdown run by Jack Van Gundy with 4 minutes remaining here in the third quarter.
And maybe more importantly, now there's only 4 minutes left in the quarter now.
That's where they just, I mean, with those 3- and 4-yard gains, and it
go
just takes
for
up a ton
2
of clock.
again. They're in the offset eye. So look for Van Gundy maybe to get this thing.
Nope, this is Chase Gillum.
It's Gillum.
Does he have enough to get in?
Did they push him in? No signal yet.
Signal?
Still no signal. Still no signal.
I think he was stopped shy, and he was.
No good.
No good on the 2-point conversion, but Jack Van Gundy with a 24-yard touchdown run puts Elgin on top 18-7. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Marion County Now, the heartbeat of our neighborhood, the fountain of our news. We're local, we're pertinent, and we're all about you. We're dedicated to keeping you in the loop, involved, and linked with the community. And the cherry on top, our service doesn't cost a dime. Marion County Now. Our neighborhood, our news.
Are we? No.
10 seconds.
I think he touched it.
Two.
All right. We
Back
pulled one
here.
off on that kickoff.
Yep. It looks like Ridgedale touched it back at the 25 before it rolled out of bounds, Tim, and a huge play this time for Elgin special teams. They haven't gotten a 2-point conversion or an extra point tonight. They lead at 18-7.
Well, that is exactly on a kickoff what they've been hoping to do. The ball, it just wouldn't roll out of bounds. It looked like it wasn't going to, so the Ridgedale kid at least had to try to pick it up. Went off his hand and went out of bounds, and now they're a little deeper than they've been the whole game for an opening play after a kickoff.
From their own 23.
Oh,
loose ball.
I think Elgin has it.
I think they do too. The momentum has completely taken the Comets sideline.
Well, I think Ridgedale was trying to run the reverse, where they put an inside handoff. And they were just on the ball. He lost it. They were able to recover. So, Ridgedale going to hand the ball quickly here after the turnover. The Leeds defense can shut it down quickly. For those on the
from the 21. Out throw, same exact play. Just overthrow from Luke Nelson there out receiving end. Same exact play, almost the same result. But right to the hands there of Luke Nelson. Just out of the play action. That's the right time to call it. Yeah. Right after the turnover. And Nelson was running free again on that flag route. He was wide open. Second down and 10 for the 21. 3:49 remaining here, third quarter. Elgin leading. Power goes to the center this time. And it's Fresh Hour. Puts it back inside. Fresh Hour spins his way close to the 10. Lost on the tackle, but not before Fresh Hour gets the first down.
And another Comet first down, third of the quarter. I'm having a very big hard time reading these stats. Hard to see.
First down and 10 under 3:21 to play here in the quarter. They're going to go with the Maryland bye here. Give it left back. Kill him. He's gone. Powers his way in. Touchdown, Elgin again.
Gillen goes 11 for the touchdown.
Go ahead. You're good.
So the extra point coming.
We're going to kick that one.
I think they got a hand on there. Is there a flag?
No, there can't be a block. So you can hit the kick when it's blocked.
And she's down. Is Billy Abbott. And there is an injury timeout. Let's go ahead and we'll take a timeout.
Welcome to Marion County Now, the heartbeat of our neighborhood, the fountain of our news. We're local, we're pertinent, and we're all about you. We're dedicated to keeping you in the loop, involved, and linked with the community. And the cherry on top, Our service doesn't cost a dime. Marion County Now. Our neighborhood, our news. Welcome to Marion County Now, the heartbeat of our neighborhood, the fountain of our news. We're local, we're pertinent, and we're all about you. We're dedicated to keeping you in the loop, involved, and linked with the community. And the cherry on top, our service doesn't cost a dime. Marion County Now, our neighborhood, our news.
Here on WBCO and OH.REPORT. And Tim, something obviously you never want to see. And barely have it. Our thoughts and prayers with her.
No doubt about it. You know, it's a really rough thing. I mean, they're taking the extra point. It was kind of a little bit of a bad snap things. She went to kick it. And one, I think she kicked her leg right into someone who was trying to block it and then got rolled up on. Don't want to speculate. They have no idea what's wrong. But they are taking it to the hospital. Refs let two teams warm up real quick again. Quick warm up and get back to playing football. But, you know, on top of everything else, the young man who, you know, I think ran into her, he's devastated right now. I hope he can come back and play in the football game. He's really having a time with it. They may be taking him to the locker room.
Yeah. I mean, you see a sportsmanship after the fact. I know it was a football play. The head coach knows exactly what to do. Yeah. He tried to console him. Yep. So, like you said, all you can do right now is think about her, and hopefully she'll be okay after this, and be able to move forward. And it's hard to go through these things. It's just a shocking moment, Tim. And you just don't want to see it happen, but it does happen.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, football is a game where there's collisions, and this was, just one of those crazy plays, and where she, just went to kick the ball, ran into someone, ran into a guy trying to block the kick, and then, the kick did get blocked, and she got rolled up on, and these things sometimes happen in a football game, and as you said, our prayers are with her, and hopefully she's going to be fine. And if she's a soccer player or just a kicker, that she can get back, to doing what she likes doing.
So we will reset here. 3:07 left here in the third quarter. Elgin with a 24-7 lead. And I guess we take the penalty here on the, because they did say running into the kicker or roughing the kicker. And
yeah, okay.
So they're going to take the penalty here on the 2-point conversion.
All right, so they did call a penalty on it. I thought once you blocked it, but I don't know. Yeah, but I'm sure they know what they're doing. So it was called, and we're going to redo the conversion, the 2-point conversion. They'll probably try to run it this time, I'm guessing.
So 24-7, 2-point conversion now for the Comets.
And that Maryland eye.
It's Bauer under center. We'll have a flag here. And it'll go against Elgin. And they were looking to run it with Brennan Lukart there. But now they'll push it back 5 yards.
Well, they're still going to run it.
Yeah, once again, go for 2.
When they backed it up the last time, they brought Robin in to kick the extra point. So I don't think they have anyone else to kick the extra point.
Lukart inside, trying to shimmy his way in, but he stopped shy.
They just tried to run that ISO out of that Maryland eye, and Lukart looked like he had a little bit of room, but then the pursuit got to him, and they shut it down. So it'll remain 24-7.
3:07 to go here, third quarter. You are listening to high school football here on WBCO and the OH Report.
He's going to send a line drive down the field. It'll be fielded on the bounce. That is Schieffer. Schieffer finds a hole at the center. Schieffer turns on the burners. Schieffer could go. He's at the 50, 45. He's got one man to beat. Schieffer with the ball in his left hand. He's going to take it to the house. Whitford opens up the second half with the kick return touchdown.
McGurry on the return here for the Rockets, stopped at the 28-yard line by Freshour, and now Ridgedale will take over after the touchdown by Elgin. They lead it 24-7 with 3 minutes exactly left here in the third quarter.
The last two offensive plays that Ridgedale had run, one was on 4th down, but it was a fumble recovered by Elgin. And then they came right back on 1st down and tried to run that reverse and fumbled the ball, and it was recovered by Elgin. So let's see if the Rockets can get a little something going here. They're going to throw it on 1st down. They're trying to flood it out here.
Rollins going to toss it to Lust at the 35. Works his way up the sideline.
It's going to come back, though.
To the 45.
Ridgedale was holding.
You mentioned it. Chase Gillum on the tackle on the chase down, but there is a flag, and it's coming back.
Yeah, there were a couple guys that saw a hold. So it will be brought back, and it'll be 1st and 20.
Holding penalty against the Rockets.
Rockets got to get their composure back, and
and that's the hard part for both teams to come back from that.
Well, it was an emotional time for both teams, and they're just struggling a little bit. And
Ball moves to the 18-yard line.
So ball back at the 18 here for Ridgedale.
Now they're stopping it again.
Timeout on the field.
And Ridgedale's going to take a timeout.
I think it's a really good timeout by Coach. He's they're a little emotional right now, and they need to get settled back down and.
How do you talk it through with your team right now, Tim?
Well, one, Coach is going. The nice thing is, I think the guy that got called for holding doesn't think he held for one, and so he's very upset. And so the good thing is, Coach is over there talking to him and showing, he's showing the kid, hey, I believe you. I'm going to support you here. I'm going over and talk to him about this and see what's going on because. I'm going to support you. And so then, too, the assistant went in and just said, hey, guys, we got to settle down. Let's get back to playing. Remember what we did at the end of the half. Let's get back to we can move the ball. We can do some things. Let's just clean it up and, play football. So there's a shotgun now.
Yep, they're going to spread it out 5 wide here for Rollins to throw. They're going to chuck it deep down the right side. McGarry fighting for it and incomplete.
McGarry did a really good job. He kind of became the defensive back. And
T.J. Britton back there on the coverage for the Comets. But McGarry, like you said, he had to turn into a defensive-minded player there.
On the report that, he kind of became the defensive back and knocked it down so it wasn't intercepted. Good coverage.
Second down and 20 here for the Rockets. Go back under center this time. Rollins feeds it. I believe that was Dees in the backfield, and this time he's stuffed right at the line of scrimmage at the 18-yard line.
Yeah, no gain, and just stalemate there, and they got in the eye, tried to run the off-tackle play, and
19-yard line.
Nice job by the front 7 of Elgin and no gain.
It's past our bedtime, Tim.
Someone else's as well.
Spread it out here for the Rockets. I think there was a false start.
Penalty flag before the snap.
Too bad because he had some room.
False start, Ridgedale.
Rollins was going to run it.
And he had a little room, it looked like. And but now it's coming back, and it'll be 3rd and 24. And again, it's right now, Ridgedale's just got to get their composure back, or this could turn into something, ugly, which would be a shame because it's been a real good game. The Rockets have played really well, I think, and they don't want to have all of a sudden a sour note.
To McGarry, tipped and incomplete. Britton again there on the coverage for Elgin.
Rollins pass is incomplete.
And that'll bring up 4th down. And the Rockets will punt.
And they're going to punt it. Is this their first punt?
Second or third, maybe.
I know Elgin's punted. I don't remember them punting.
Remember they pinned Elgin deep earlier.
Yeah, so this might only be the second one.
But they're standing this time at their own 2-yard line is Aiden Salyer.
Yeah, and they must think he has a pretty good leg because the returner is on the 50. He does have
he
pretty
does have
good
a decent leg. Gets it, but it's out of bounds, so it's going to go.
Here it is. I hate this.
This is the
walk
Price is
up
Right.
the sideline. Get the
Price
guy
is
yodeling.
Right game,
get the yodel out.
So we'll see how far he goes before falling off the edge of the cliff.
It looks like you're putting.
I don't think they're even doing it. I think they're just putting it right on the 35.
I didn't see the walk.
Yeah.
I missed the walk.
Isn't that your favorite part of the game, Tim?
Oh, heck yeah. Oh, gosh, I hated that. It's like, come on, stop.
I think they just guess half the time. Unless there's a shadow that moves the football out of bounds.
They're still trying to figure out where they're going to put it. They're not sure. They got all kinds of balls going from one side to the other. Here we go. They're going to put it on 35. So, again, another short field for Elgin.
Yeah, this is where they put the game away, Tim. And
they may.
They have.
I think on top of everything else, I think Ridgedale's defense is getting worn down a little bit.
How couldn't you? You know. Van Gundy, knee down. They'll give it the fresh hour with Van Gundy as the lead blocker. Jukes his way to the middle of the field. Man, what a burst of speed to the 20-yard line for fresh hour. And they continue to pile on the first downs.
Seeing after they kept fresh hour really under control, you know, his last 3 runs, he's gained 32 yards, and he's only got 49 for the game.
They'll send fresh hour in motion again. Fake the toss, run the counter inside, and this is Lucart to the 15.
And he gains 5.
So 1st and 10 from the 15. 1:18 to go here, third quarter. Elgin with a 24-7 lead. Looking to tack it on here and put this game out of reach.
Trying to get one in here before the third quarter comes to an end.
Might be the last play. Of course, the play clock has been at 0, but they haven't reset it since probably the first half. Lucart goes in motion on the toss this time. Left side. Hurdles a defender to the 10.
Looks like he got that first down.
I think he might be just shy. It's going to be 3rd and short.
Jackson Cook in on the tackle.
As Brennan Lucart hurdles the defender to the 10, and it's 3rd down and 1. And I wonder what's coming here, Tim.
I would think they'll run that sneak one more time. It's been pretty
Let's do
successful.
play action. I think play action would be a good call.
That would be
draw the safety in.
That would be a major surprise, I can tell you that.
Well,
no, they're going to run the counter again.
Lucart again cuts it back inside into the end zone. Touchdown Elgin.
Touchdown Comets.
And it's 30-7. Elgin on top. And that will take us to the end of the third quarter. Do they have to try the extra point before? I think they do.
Yes. That one I do know for sure.
Really just hit the Jets there and into the end zone. Easy does it, 30-7.
Well, you can see the linebackers just bailed out, going the other way with the backs, and again, didn't look at the guards because both guards pulled into the hole coming to the left, and the linebackers went right.
So they'll go for 2. Josh Harmon under center. Fresh hour in motion. They'll throw it. The lefty throws it out wide to the right and complete.
2-point conversion is no good.
And the 2-point conversion is no good. So takes us to the end of the third quarter with Elgin on top, 30-7. You're listening to high school football here on WBCO and the OH Report.
We feature one of the best burgers in North Central Ohio. I'm Kim Stamper from Lulu's Kitchen, and if you haven't been in our restaurant, you're missing out.
Looking for the best high school sports coverage in Ohio? You found it right here on the OH Report. From the field to the court, we've got it all. OH Report brings you local coverage like nobody else in the area, live and free. Follow OH Report now and never miss a moment of the action. Don't just watch, be a part of the game with OH Report, the future of local sports.
Off here for Elgin, squib to the right and downed right at the 35.
Wise choice by that young man when you got a number 50, a number that starts with a 5. It's good for him to fall on the ground, fall on the ball. I don't know. There's another flag down. I don't know. It may have been something happened after the whistle.
What had, it was a 12-7 at halftime, Tim. What has Elgin done right? What has Ridgedale done wrong over that third quarter where Elgin just goes on a tear and they score 18 unanswered so far?
Well, I thought it kind of began, unfortunately, with the injury.
Mm-hmm.
They had just scored. Elgin had just scored, and they were still, so it wasn't a rout yet. But, right now, Elgin or Ridgedale just kind of lost a little of their composure when that happened. And now we're getting the run by the quarterback.
Rollins bounces it outside. A little juke. Spins his way to the 32. Does Colt Rollins. Here to start this fourth quarter.
He's done an outstanding job on the ground. It gives him 61 yards on just 8 carries. And second first down finally for Ridgedale. But yeah, they just lost a little of their composure, and so they came with a couple of penalties, and plus, like I said earlier, I think their defense is just really wearing out. There goes Rollins again.
Yeah, and continues to pull the pile inside the 30 to the 27. Was Rollins on that carry. Second down and 5 here for the Rockets. With 11:13 to go here in the game, trailing 30-7. Reminder to tune into the Friday night phone board tonight with Davy Jones. Give him a call, 419-562-2222. Over on WQEL. Looking for all the scores from tonight's games. Second week of high school football. Rollins with the option this time on the keeper inside the 25. A flag on the play. And this might be a
defensive penalty for throwing on the ground?
Kind of threw him on the ground.
Which can be a defensive hold. You can't just grab a guy. And I think it probably is.
They're going to say it was the opposite way.
Okay.
Must have held him and threw him to the ground.
Yeah, okay.
And, Tim, we have yet to talk about that all-important game tomorrow. Do you have a good read on this one?
There's a football. Not really. I think, you hear all the experts suddenly are really piling on Texas winning it, but I don't know. I think there's just a lot of guys that are going to be wearing red and gray tomorrow that got a lot of things to prove.
And this has got to be pass interference because he tackled him before the ball got there.
Yeah.
And he knew it.
Yeah, that might be one of the easiest calls to make, but yeah, I think they got a lot to prove. I think, penalty
is defensive.
And it's, I was thinking about this today. These guys at Ohio State, they got to be, I think, high-character guys because they stuck around. You got a lot of guys that stuck around. They got a lot of guys that could have left and transferred like everyone else is and said, heck to heck with it. I'm getting out of here. And someone told, when I said that to a friend of mine today, they said, yeah, but they're all getting paid. They can't be all getting paid that much money. They only have so much money to pass out. And they got some guys that are getting a lot of it, because they got the 2 best players in college football. But so I think they got a lot of blue. I think they're going to be all right.
Rollins to throw, almost intercepted. Do we have another flag?
I think they can throw it again.
I think all of them wanted to throw it, and then when they seen one come in, they said, okay.
I think we're going up 15 more.
But anyways, when you have Jeremiah Smith on your team, Tim.
Well, I liked, even though he's a Michigan guy, Jake Butt is very.
I've seen a lot of compliments from Ohio State fans for him.
Yeah, he is.
He's level-headed, though.
And he just says,
Do you think that's because he's from Ohio?
It could be part of it. But, and he talks about, the Ohio State on offense, their offensive line's pretty good.
Personal foul penalty.
They got some guys back. But, because of their receivers and because of the Clare guy they got playing tight end,
that's
everyone said
right
is
there.
a major weapon. And so,
really just depends on how good Julian Sand actually is, right?
And I mean, if he's got time and can see, because he's not very tall, but they say he's got a great release and a great arm. So we'll see.
Rollins goes under center, tosses it, left side, working his way as Salyer
The ball carrier.
to the 6. Kind of just stayed patient behind his blocks. Gain of 3 there for Salyer. And it's second down and goal.
Second and goal for Ridgedale.
So it'd be good. This would be good for Ridgedale to punch this thing in. I don't think they're going to win the game at this point. But, with all the things that have went on.
Officials' time on the field.
If they can get a win here, get a touchdown here, it could help them for the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm. And Elgin, they could go 8-2, 7-3 type of season. Obviously, they played River Valley in their first game of the year, which a bigger school, a lot more depth, a lot more athleticism. Rollins is going to take it himself, but plunging through that defensive line, through the offensive line, was Garrett Lowry to stuff that play from the beginning.
And
now we have a Ridgedale, couple guys down for the Rockets.
This is not good. They've had enough injuries already this year.
And Rollins gets up slow.
Rollins is one of them. He's limping. But he keeps saying he's okay. He's a pretty tough kid. I've watched him. I really like this guy, this Rollins kid. I saw him, he was running up and down the sideline when they came in after the half, when they came back out after half, yelling and screaming at guys and trying to get them pumped up and trying to get them back into this game and get him juiced up. And, now he's trying to walk off. He's pretty sore, and he's really mad. And I know he's trying to walk this thing off, but – and he's getting his Gatorade. I think he's grabbing his helmet. He's going back over there. He's trying to figure out how he can get back on this field.
.39 left here in the game. Elgin with a 30-7 lead.
He's walking better than he was. The other guy's up. He's needing a lot of help right now.
Yeah, just like you said, just a lot of injuries for Ridgedale already.
The ball, 3rd and goal. Ball on the 9-yard line.
So obviously they have a new quarterback in again. And he fumbled a snap.
Fallen on by the Rockets.
That was number 6.
Lincoln Kramer. He's just a freshman.
4th and goal. Ball on the 11.
But at this point, it's 4th and 7. Here for Ridgedale. They run it off the left side, and he's going to get nowhere. Michael D's on the carry. Garrett Lowry again, along with Chase Gillum, make the stop here on 4th down, and that's a turnover on downs. And now Ridgedale with the turnover on downs will turn over to Elgin with 8:58 left here in the game.
And I think what Coach would like to see right now, Winslow, is about an 8-minute drive.
Yeah.
Because they got a long field to go.
They have the opportunity to do it. 30-7 their lead.
And I think they're capable of doing just that. But,
Ball on the 15.
I think both guys that are injured right now are two of their better defensive players, so they're getting a little thin on defense right now.
Running off the left side, I believe this is Fresh Hour down the sideline, looking back towards the inside. A penalty flag flies.
And usually that means there's some kind of hold by a wide receiver or somebody.
Penalty flag on the play. Holding against the Comets.
And it is just that. Tried to get Fresh Hour outside, and he successfully did, but maybe he got some help because one of the wide receivers were holding.
Back to the 12-yard line. So just mark it a 3-yard loss after the holding call.
So it was well down the field.
Harmon, I think this was a botched handoff.
I
think he had to move his way forward. Up indeed.
I agree.
Got back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a little bit past it to bring up second down and 9.
Troy Moore Jr. on the tackle for the Rockets. Ball to the 16-yard line, second down and 9.
So second down and 9.
Watch, maybe they're throwing that boot to the
they fake it, run the counter,
it's coming back.
Ahead to the 50-yard line, to the 40, inside the 40. Finally shoved down at the 38. Brennan Lucart on the carry. We have a penalty flag down back at the 15-yard line. And Elgin already starting to walk back.
They're starting to rack up a bunch of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 already. So that's 12 for the game. So Coach Winslow's not going to be very happy about that. Especially there. It's a 5-yard penalty, but it was a 5-yard penalty on a 40-yard run or more. And closer to a 50-yard run it was.
Ball at the 10.
And again, that's kind of a pre-snap thing in a way. I mean, it was a legal procedure of some sort. So
yeah. They're in motion again.
Counter
play again, and this time it's going nowhere.
Lucart, the ball carrier.
Lucart with the carry again. This time he'll be shoved back for a loss to the 7. As both teams have really stalled here in this fourth quarter. But, of course, Elgin's fine. They have all these penalties, but it's taking up a ton of clock.
It's running a lot of clock, but, gosh, they're third and 17, third and 16. So
ball on their own 8-yard line.
You're going to run the boot and throw it to the tight end. I would tell everyone in the play on Ridgedale's defense, you better watch number 44.
They'll toss it. It's Fresh Hour working his way to the 15, to the 17, and he's pulled down near the right sideline. Gain of 9 there for Fresh Hour.
Maurice Arnett and Michael Deese on the stop for Ridgedale.
And at this point, Tim, both teams want to get out of here injury-free the rest of the way.
I know Ridgedale does because, they've. I'm sure,
I mean,
they have seen their, it looks like it's both guys have ankle, sprained ankles. Elgin will punt it again. First one wasn't real long.
6 minutes to go.
This is a pretty good one.
Salyer falls down, but it doesn't touch him. It goes to the 44.
And he is now.
And now he may have twisted an ankle as he was trying to cut to catch that football.
Well, there wasn't, this is one where no contact.
First and 10.
Yeah, you're right. Didn't even touch the football, and nobody touched him, and able to get up and
he's pretty sore.
Walk towards the sideline, but again, Tim, and under 6 minutes to go.
He's trying to talk coach into letting him stay in the game.
At this point, you got to say, hey, man, get out of here and just.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Tim, you've coached at some smaller schools. You've also coached at some bigger schools. But, I mean, obviously it's a tough job to get through injuries, especially at some of the smaller schools.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I mean, early in my career. Get back to it on the next play.
Ooh, Kramer barely had time to hand the ball off to Dees, but he works his way to the 40 before he's tripped up.
But early in my career, I coached a team that had 21 guys. And we won the league championship because we only had one kid that had any kind of injury, and it was the weirdest thing. He got a big bruise on his thigh, and, I mean, they finally drained it to, you know, so he played. And so he was able to play the next game. But other than that, I mean, we went through the whole season without an injury, which was probably the worst injury was me. I had to be the scout team quarterback, and one time some guy forgot I was a coach and rammed his helmet into my ribs while I was trying to pass. He slipped and whacked me. He was our all-state tackle, so I forgave him pretty quickly. He was really upset. It's like, no, don't worry about it.
37-yard line.
You're our best player, so I'm not going to worry about it. Plus, I was only like 24 years old then, so.
Yeah. A little bit more leniency in your younger years.
Exactly.
3rd down and 3 here for Ridgedale from the 37-yard line.
That'd be good.
4.5 to go.
They got 2 downs because they got good field position here, so see if the Rockets can get a first down. Keep this drive going.
Yeah, Kramer under center again.
You got a little push.
He's
close
to the 35, maybe about a yard shy here, Tim, of that first down. But we're up 4th down and 1 for the Rockets.
Well, you know, 2 things that happen. You know, 1, hopefully they can get this first down. And 2, you know, Ridgedale getting a little experience for their freshman quarterback. Which, didn't they have a freshman quarterback get hurt already?
I don't think he was a freshman.
He wasn't a freshman?
He was a quarterback.
Okay. I know he was a quarterback.
Hurt.
I know he was a quarterback. I thought maybe or is Elgin's quarterback a freshman?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's what it is.
Tripped up.
Yeah, he almost missed the handoff there. He was bobbling it.
On the handoff.
So Elgin will take over. Turnover on downs here by the Rockets. And now Elgin with 3:39 to go in the game, looking to take this one home.
Recovered by the Rockets. Not enough for
the Rockets still got 2 timeouts left.
And takes over on downs, 1st and 10.
I am guessing the coach is going to use him if Elgin starts moving the ball a little bit. Try to get it back and get a touchdown.
Yep, 30-7
is
this thing
somehow on a positive note.
Been held scoreless here in the second half.
But I think Ridgedale is showing a lot of heart. And now we're jumping up. No, coach is going to take one of those timeouts. What if he had enough guys on the field? No, he didn't. He only had 10 guys on the field.
Yep, so now Ridgedale takes the timeout. Just 1 remaining for Ridgedale.
Elgin will be on the road next week.
And Tim, looking forward for both of these teams, how does Ridgedale come back from this one? Obviously, they got to get healthy, but Elgin, they lose to River Valley a week ago, but now they're starting the season 1-1. Probably right where they thought they would be, but they're going to win their 18th game in a row over Ridgedale.
Well, you said it first, Ridgedale. Biggest thing they have to do is just get healthy and get some guys back. And then they go to North Baltimore. I don't know how good North Baltimore is this year. I know they lost their opener. But again, it's a very small school, about very similar size-wise here. And Elgin just got to take what they've done and clean up the penalties and get it going, because I know they're expecting to have a big year this year. Gonna run a little sweep here, and
he's going to carry it outside. This is Freshour to midfield. And he's really starting to come on strong here in this fourth quarter, Tim.
Yeah, Freshour is, he's up to 73 yards. So he's just a little bit behind Van Gundy. He's had a couple more carries than Van Gundy. Van Gundy was 79 yards and Freshour was 73. But a lot of his has been on his last 5 carries.
Freshour again. To the 45, bursts of speed to the 40.
He might go on this
Cuts
one.
it back inside, splits the defense to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and to the house.
That's 50 yards, so
Touchdown Comets.
I guess he wanted to have a shot at being the player of the game, so.
He might have earned it right there. Nate Freshour, the junior, takes it 50 yards to the end zone.
And that was just a beautiful cut and showed off his speed. And, once he cleared the line of scrimmage, he was off to the races. The replay shows on the OH report. He's had 106 yards on his last 6 carries.
I'd say that's pretty good.
Yeah, considering on his first 9, he only had 23 yards.
They'll go for 2. Fake the handoff. Bowers lobs it into the end zone and complete.
2-point conversion is no good.
And our score remains Elgin 36, Ridgedale 7. You are listening to high school football here on WBCO and the OH Report.
He's going to send a line drive down the field. It'll be fielded on the bounce. That is Schieffer. Schieffer finds a hole at the center. Schieffer turns on the burners. Schieffer could go. He's at the 50, 45. He's got one man to beat. Schieffer with the ball in his left hand. He's going to take it to the house. Whitford opens up the second half with the kick return touchdown.
10 seconds.
WBCO and the OH Report. Jared Moore alongside Tim Birie. Elgin leading 36-7. With under 3 minutes to go. And a hole here for the Rockets. I think it's Kramer up the right side. No, that's Isaac Lust. To the 47. So still playing with some hustle and heart here are Ridgedale. And they get it up to the 48 to start this, what could be the final possession of the night. Tim, our game next week is Cardington at Bucyrus. Game that we've done past few years.
Ridgedale takes over on downs.
Last I'd heard, Bucyrus was winning tonight.
Yeah, I think they were up by 2 scores.
Cardington is pretty good. I know they have the KMAC Player of the Year back. I don't know what else they have back.
Well, we'll do our research this week and we'll get it figured out.
I'll have to call my good friend Will Hartley, who is now the retired head coach from Fredericktown. He works the KMAC now for the radio over there in Mount Vernon, and so I'm sure he's got some stuff for me.
Well, you get that figured out. You send me the scouting report, and we'll be ready to roll. Fumble here on the snap.
Hopefully they recovered it. Yes, they're saying he did. They're already saying it's second down.
Second down. Ball recovered for a 1-yard loss. Like you said, for Ridgedale, you're just trying to end this game on a positive note, Tim, but when Elgin has scored 24 unanswered here in this second half, they'll run it again. And right around the line of scrimmage, another loss, and now we have penalty flags flying as the block continues into the second level.
You don't need to do this stuff, boys.
So, yep, penalty flags. So now
there's going to be a personal foul, I think, on Ridgedale.
Personal foul penalty against Ridgedale.
Yeah, you got a freshman quarterback back. You know, you just don't.
3-yard line.
You just don't need that.
Mm-hmm.
Second down for Ridgedale.
So second down. Clock under 2 minutes to go. With Elgin leading 36-7. And the ball on their own 33-yard line. They'll toss it out wide. And splitting the defense up the left side. Stiff arms his way across midfield does Kingston McGarry. Gets to the 45-yard line, and now it's only 3rd and 3, Tim.
By far McGarry's biggest carry of the game. In fact, he was at -1 yard before that
got
carry.
himself out of the hole.
So he's out of the hole, and you know Ridgedale's 4th and 3.5 about, and see they may run the sweep again out of this T formation.
Kramer
And
tosses it. This is McGarry again. Does he find it? He does. Just across the first down marker to the 41.
We got another injury too.
Ball moves to the 41-yard line. Injury.
And another injury as well.
Injured player for the Comets, number 50, Emery Skaggs.
Emery Skaggs
He's up and all right. Good. Good to see.
Yep.
5th first down for the Rockets.
52 seconds left in the game.
After the timeout, Rockets have
Reminder tonight to tune in to the Friday Night Phone Board with Davy Jones, 419-562-2222. Looking for all your scores here from week 2. Pretty soon it's going to be week 10, Tim.
I know, it goes fast, that's for sure.
Again, another carry.
Michael Deese, the ball carrier.
Deese to carry this time to the 31. Half-yard shy of that first down. Bring up second down and 1. With 30 seconds remaining.
31-yard line.
And I don't know if Ridgedale's going to run a play or not.
Line. 2nd and 1.
They may not. They're not going to run a play. No, he's going to send it back in there. I don't know if they're going to get it off, though.
Yep, there is 9 seconds on the clock. And I don't think they're going to get this play off, Tim, and that will take us to the end of the ball game. Elgin with the win tonight, 36-7 over the Ridgedale Rockets. And we'll be back. You're listening to the Lewis Family McDonald's Game of the Week here on WBCO and the OH Report.
In business and ag banking, it's not just about the numbers, it's about the people. At First Federal Community Bank, we believe relationships are the foundation of every successful partnership. We can help you grow your farm through various ag programs, including working with our local FSA offices, as well as Farmer Mac. We have many commercial business programs to help make your day-to-day operations easy and convenient. Because when you bank with us, you're not just a customer, you're family.
Welcome to Marion County Now, the heartbeat of our neighborhood, the fountain of our news. We're local, we're pertinent, and we're all about you. We're dedicated to keeping you in the loop, involved, and linked with the community. And the cherry on top, our service doesn't cost a dime. Marion County Now, our neighborhood, our news.
Take a look at all the action from Friday night football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
From the Comets. They scored 24 unanswered, only held the Rockets to just that one touchdown right at the end of the first half, and a big part of that was the running game, and we knew it coming in that Elgin was going to run the football quite a bit, and indeed they did, but they ended up mixing in a couple of passes that worked out in their favor as well, and an all-around game here, which I'm sure Coach Winslow is going to go in here and talk about the penalties in the second half and cleaning those up. But Elgin with a big win here to move to 1-1 on the season. They will even things up with Ridgedale as well at 1-1 with the 36-7 win over the Rockets. And capped off by a 50-yard touchdown run by Nate Freshour, the senior running back for Elgin. And, we'll just say it. He's our McDonald's player of the game, Tim, because he carried the ball quite a bit and got those, 123 yards on 14 carries with that one touchdown.
Came on really strong as the game went on. And,
but,
his last 6 carries, 106 yards. And, you could see why they kept giving him the ball. It looked like, up to that point it was, maybe going to be Van Gundy. But, they just love running the football. And they do a very good job of it. So congratulations to Elgin. And again, hopefully Ridgedale can get themselves healthy and get back at it. And they should be fine.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's just a matter of getting healthy. I mean, they were in this game right at halftime, Tim, just trailing 12-7, but Elgin really showed their depth. They showed their athleticism, obviously the running game, and we knew they were going to run the football, but they mixed in the pass a couple of different times, and it worked out as well.
Well, they do what they do, and they do it well. And
that's all you got to do.
And what they end up doing is wearing you out. They wear defenses out, and because they're a smaller school and they play other smaller schools, I think that's a very good recipe for success. Is if you can run the ball like that, you have a shot because you're going to wear the other team down, and they stick with it. I mean, they ended up throwing 5 passes. And for them, that's a big number.
Mm-hmm.
And, just do a great job of what they do.
All right. Our complete game stats, Elgin with 13 first downs. They have 104 passing yards. So, they mixed it in when they needed to, right?
Well, they were big. And their passes, when they do throw it, they're going to be big because no one is expecting it. And so, in this case, their tight end kept, they probably could have had 200 yards if they wanted to because they could have kept sneaking behind them because Nelson was open, and he was open another 2 times. On the other 2 incomplete ones, he was open.
254 rushing yards, 358 total yards for the Comets. And the big key, no turnovers, Tim. Ridgedale had a couple.
Yeah.
12 penalties for 125 yards, so obviously Coach Winslow is going to want to clean that up as well.
No doubt it. And that was definitely a big game changer.
And then Ridgedale, on the other hand, 9 first downs, only 30 passing yards, 139 rushing yards for 169 total yards. But those 2 penalties, like we talked about, or 2 turnovers, and 10 penalties for 84
Really
yards.
hurt him. And, and then the injuries, hurt him and as the game went on. And, and as I said, their defense really wore down.
All right. So with that, we'll go to our McDonald's player of the game, and then on the OH report, ready for our MVP. You want to give him your headset, Tim? Yeah. Will, you want to get in the camera too? Here with number 10, Nate Freshour. 14 carries tonight, 123 yards with 1 touchdown, a big 50-yard touchdown to cap the game off in a 36-7 win. Congratulations, Nate.
Thank you.
And you guys come out of the locker room at after halftime, and then you give up the touchdown. You guys come right back. You score 24 unanswered to end the game. Just how big was that that talk at halftime from Coach Winslow?
We talked about that. Even though we shot ourselves in the foot a couple times, we rallied together and knew that we were still winning and we could come together and get the win in the end.
And, you talk about that 50-yard run. You kind of split the defense and then bounced it outside. Just talk about what you saw on that play and how you were able to get into the end zone.
Yeah, well, I just trust my linemen and read their butts and just go as fast as I can.
And, the defense expects that, and then you guys, you end up throwing for over 100 yards, so you do mix in the pass a little bit, maybe a little bit more than normal. But just talk about that, Nelson's open in the end zone, and all of a sudden, he's making a couple catches. And that was huge because that gives you guys technically the lead when Ridgedale came back and scored after that. But, a big drive there in that second quarter right before halftime to get that 12-0 lead at the time.
Yeah, we've been working on the pass game a lot recently. We know that we can do it. We have 2 quarterbacks capable of it. So we trust them, and we know we have players to make the plays.
All right. So anybody you want to shout out here tonight, you can look right into the camera and let them know.
No, I just want to shout out O-line, coaches, the whole team. We rallied together and pulled through in the end.
All right. Congratulations, Nate. Thanks for coming up here with us and giving us your time. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
That was Nate Freshour here for Elgin.
Yeah, I used to be a basketball coach. Oh, yeah?
So 36-7
okay.
is our final. Elgin with the win over Ridgedale here tonight. So that's going to wrap things up for us here on WBCO and the OH Report. Jared Moore, Tim Birie, Jory Keaton with the OH Report. 36-7, your final. It was Elgin over Ridgedale. So, for Danny Lane back in the studio, us here from Ridgedale, you have been listening to the Lewis Family McDonald's Game of the Week here on WBCO and the OH Report.
Lost of contact, need an exam, I can...